All right, welcome to our latest Swampcast. Of course, the Florida Gators playing Missouri, wrapping up the SEC season on November 3rd, Robbie. It's really an unusual schedule.
Yeah, it's never been like this. It's really strange. All the big games are gone now, and that those two non-conference games, actually, it's going to be kind of a bummer, a little bit of a downer.
Yeah, Missouri is not a bad team. And they got James Franklin back last week. I think he played most of the second half. And
yeah, they increased their lead with him in the lineup, so he's getting better. He's had a knee issue, but he's a dual threat guy. Can do a lot of things, can cause some trouble.
And you know, they're defensively, they lead the nation in forced fumbles. Not a good sign when you're coming off of a game where you had 4 fumbles, actually 6 fumbles.
Oh, yeah, 6. Yeah.
And lost 4 of them. So I mean, this is not a walkover for Florida by any means. I know they're a big favorite, but the Gators have got to come out focused. It's a tough environment when you're in that noon game. You're playing a team that's got 1 conference win. We'll see, as you were talking, Robbie, how mature this team is.
Yeah, and the crowd's going to be a little bit flat, Pat. I mean, you know, it was a big disappointment last week. And, you know, Muschamp keeps talking about that thin margin of error. Yeah. And it is really thin. If they turn the ball over a couple of times, their whole game plan's shot, as we saw last week. They couldn't play their game. Yeah,
they've really almost got to play ahead. Or, you know, I know they've come back and they've rallied to win some games, but I think their plan is to play from ahead, and they certainly did that with South Carolina and LSU, the 2 biggest wins of the year.
But it wasn't because of the offense. It was, you know, special teams and defense.
And we'll see. Maybe they can get Gillislee cranked up. The teams they've played the last few weeks have taken Gillislee out of the game plan, really, for the most part. And, you know, Driscoll did some things against Vanderbilt, but the offense really, you know, they're 102nd in the nation.
They're getting worse, and they're so predictable on first down, Pat. Almost 80% of the time running on first down. I mean, teams know that. They're putting 8 men in the box.
Right.
They're shutting it down, putting in Florida in second and long, and then the protection breaks down.
It's like their plan, and they're not the first team that's done this, but their game plan is try to get 3 on first down, get 3 on second down. Now you have 3rd and 4, it's manageable.
Yeah.
But I would like to see them be, and they weren't very creative in the running game.
No, not at all.
That's the other thing that bothered me about the Georgia game, and I think that's something that they need to do in this game.
Yeah, there was no movement up front with the line. There was no you know, it was just kind of a straight up the middle into an 8-man front. And when you do that on first down, you're looking at 2nd and 10, 2nd and 9. It defeats the purpose of running the ball.
Yeah, part of their problem is it's hard to throw deep when on an 8-man line that's rushing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of ironic, Robbie, because in 1966, Florida
played
Missouri,
got that,
and they had an 8-man line that rushed. And I was watching, I actually, believe it or not, if you Google the game, you'll find there's about a 30-minute clip of that game on Google. And I watched it. It was fascinating to watch because...
Was it black and white?
Yeah, it was. But Spurrier was... No, actually, it was color.
Oh, cool.
It was color. But Spurrier was running for his life the whole game.
Yeah.
And they finally, in the 4th quarter, said, look, I'm just going to roll out and try to throw some quick passes, and they were able to come back on it.
He picked them apart.
Yeah, he threw for 193 yards in the last 11 minutes of the game.
Pretty amazing.
That has nothing to do with this game, of course, but it's just kind of ironic that that's the case. But we'll see what Florida can do. This is a big game. You got to win this game. And it's like I said in my picks column, make it hard for Georgia. You know, don't say, hey, by the way, you don't even have to beat
yeah, if you lose to Missouri, then they're like, okay. But if you beat Missouri and look good, it's like, uh-oh, Florida's still there. There's pressure. Ole Miss is pretty good. Now we got, you know, the nerves come into play.
And they still got to go to Auburn. And, look, we all know Auburn's just awful, dumpster fire. But you never know. I mean, it's why we watch college football. It's like I was telling Robbie, I've got to wait Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and come home after I do a lot of my work. But writing the column, I mean, I got to wait. Florida could win the East on Saturday. It
would be remarkable to be so down 1 week and a week later you win the East.
Exactly.
You know, playing Missouri at a noon game.
It could happen. But the main thing is Florida's got to win to have any chance for it to happen.
Yeah, they've got to do their part, Pat. They've got to take care of the ball. If they don't do that, it's going to be a miserable day in the swamp because the offense is not very good.
Yeah,
they can't turn it over.
It may be a little bit of a disgruntled crowd, especially if they struggle offensively.
Well, they will because Missouri's defense is really pretty good.
Yeah, so you know, we'll see what kind of atmosphere it is. But at any rate, next time we come at you, we will be talking about the Florida-Missouri game and telling you what we thought about it. Until then, this is Pat Dooley, Robbie Andrew of the Gainesville Sun saying so long from the Sunshine State.